Welcome to Cupid's Logic, where love meets predictive intelligence. We decode attraction, conflict, attachment, and compatibility, so you can know if it will last before you commit.
He was the kind of partner people bragged about. Thoughtful texts, perfect timing, the little things remembered. 6 months and one apartment move later, it all evaporated. Unanswered promises, kindness that only showed up on good days. If that sounds familiar, you need a better question than, is this person nice? You need to know, will those good signs survive pressure?
Welcome to Cupid's Logic. I'm Craig Pruitt, and today we're testing whether green flags are real or just convenient stories. Quick promise, I'll give you 4 low-stakes, consent-friendly stress tests and a simple scorecard you can use this week to see whether a relationship's positives hold when life gets messy.
Relationships usually don't break from one dramatic moment. They fray from lots of little mismatches.
From the prism lens, I watch 3 engines: attachment stability, repair capacity, and behavioral consistency.
If those engines run, green flags scale. If not, the same flags can be illusions. So how do we test them without turning everything into an interrogation?
First test, the follow-through shift. Picture a week where routines are disrupted. Late shifts, a cold, a deadline. Ask for a small favor that requires follow-up, something that interrupts convenience. Example, would you mind grabbing my prescription on your way home tomorrow? Then observe the result. If they say yes and prioritize it despite the disruption, that's a 2. If they say yes and forget, that's a 1. If they deflect or promise and never repair, that's a 0. Small repeated 2s are predictive. Strings of 0s and 1s tell a different story. Safety note. Keep these asks low stakes and reversible. The goal is clarity, not proving someone wrong. If a miss is honest, burnout, illness, a bad day, you learn more from how it's handled afterward than from the miss itself. Second test, the pressure conversation. This is a 5-minute scripted mini-conflict to reveal repair style. Use an honest small grievance. When you interrupted me yesterday, I felt dismissed. Watch for ownership, curiosity, and repair action. A healthy reply sounds like, "You're right, I interrupted. I'm sorry. Can you tell me how that landed for you?" Followed by an attempt to make amends. Score a 2 for immediate ownership and a concrete repair, 1 for partial ownership or delayed repair, 0 for blame or shutdown. Imagine having that exact conversation and hearing, "You're being dramatic." That line, flat, dismissive, is a test result in itself. Third test, the future bump. Ask 3 quick planning probes that reveal real friction. If we moved in together, what's one money rule you'd want? When we plan time off, how do you balance family obligations with downtime? Do you want kids, and what's your rough timeline? You're not negotiating everything in the moment. You're listening for specificity and flexibility. Evasive answers or rigid, non-negotiable positions light up future friction. Score each 0, 1, 2 for evasion to specific, flexible answers. Fourth test, the baseline kindness repeat. Real generosity is habitual. Over 1 week, notice 3 tiny kindnesses that cost little. A thoughtful text when they're busy, stepping down during a small irritation, or doing a small task without being asked. If kindness shows up once and vanishes under routine, it's conditional. If you see consistent micro-kindnesses, that's durable. Score 2 for consistent, 1 for occasional, 0 for absent.
Okay, you've run up to 4 probes and scored each sub-item.
Think of the total like a traffic light. 8 to 10? Green. Durable signals. Lower risk in the next few years. 4 to 7? Amber. Real strengths, but conditional zones that need conversation or small behavior agreements. Below 4? Red. Too many situational flags. That usually means future friction will compound unless there's intentional repair work. Remember, these are probabilistic signals, not verdicts. If you land an amber, that's often the richest place to act. A short therapy sprint, one clear conversation about expectations, or a shared plan for follow-through can change trajectories. Quick example so this sits with you. I've seen couples with lovely chemistry where every test scored mostly ones. Nice people, inconsistent behaviors. 2 years later, they drifted because good intentions never became habits. I've also seen couples with fewer sparks, but a string of twos. Steady follow-through, real repair rituals, and they built something reliable over time. Which would you rather bet on? 2 safety reminders before we close. Keep tests low stakes and reversible. Never set up a scene that could escalate into control or abuse. If you see signs of manipulation, prioritize safety and professional support. And use these probes to open honest conversations, not to score someone without context. A good script: I noticed X. It made me feel Y. Can we talk about Z? Recap in one breath. Test follow-through when routines shift. Run a short repair conversation. Ask 3 planning probes for future alignment, and watch for repeated micro-kindnesses. Add up your scores and use the result as a directional forecast. This week, I want you to score one relationship, yours or someone you're seeing, and see what the pattern tells you. Are you ready for the truth? If you want the guided worksheet, example scripts, and the simple scorecard to use these tests safely, visit cupidslogic.com and download the Green Flag Stress Test Worksheet. It includes sample scripts, a scoring sheet, and tips for conversation hygiene. I would love to hear your observations. Clarity can feel uncomfortable, and your stories shape future episodes. Let's get serious for a moment. Evidence beats hope. Be honest with yourself. You deserve to know.
Thanks for listening to Cupid's Logic. Remember, you're not bad at relationships. You've been flying blind. Take one small test this week, score it honestly, and use the result to start a real conversation. I would love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, I can relate, and I'll be back with more ways to turn relationship intuition into intelligence.
This has been Cupid's Logic. Stop flying blind in love. Visit cupidslogic.com and let the Prism engine reveal what your relationship data already knows.